Tomb Raider 2013 is one of the best survival action games of the 2010s, even if it may not appeal to a lot of classic Tomb Raider fans with its more gritty take on an amateur Lara Croft, before becoming the cool and confident acrobatic icon we'll be seeing again in Legacy of Atlantis. She enters the story on a research trip and ends up stranded on a terrifying island that's trying to slime her out at every turn. So she goes through some brutal and torturous stuff throughout this game, but the question is, how much plot armor does Lara Croft have in Tomb Raider 2013? Today we'll be tallying up her medical bills without insurance of any kind, as if she were treated for her injuries in the US, as I fully acknowledge that she's British and it destroys the premise completely, but just go with it anyway. Every time she survives something out of sheer luck, usually due to the writing of the game, I'll keep track by giving her a chief token. Stick around to the end of the video where I'll be giving her a letter grade based on how much plot armor she has, so we can figure out which video game character truly has the most plot armor. This video is a re-upload of a video that bombed horrifically over a year ago. But with you guys enjoying this series more recently, I thought I'd give it another shot at life since it's not quite old enough that I want to redo it, and I still think it's a great video as is. I've still double checked all of the prices and everything to make sure that they are accurate, and I've redone the outro to give her a plot armor score as the original video didn't have that part of the premise. If you want to see me cover any more of these games in this series, let me know by leaving a comment and dropping a like. Let's go.
To find adventure.
At the beginning here, before we even take control of Lara in this beginning cutscene, she receives some minor head trauma from hitting the side of her head on a metal desk from falling from the top bunk of a bed. This wouldn't likely cause any permanent injuries, but it would likely warrant getting a CAT scan at the hospital or a cut on her head or something similar. Next up here, she passes out due to lack of oxygen, aka drowning. Hospital visits, even just for observation and CPR recovery, can cost up to $10,000.
Something that keeps us going.
Right here, after being saved by Jonah, she magically regains consciousness after drowning without CPR, so she gets another chief token. And she passes out underwater again. Lara magically regains consciousness while in the water after we see her pass out, falling into the water and basically drowning. She should have died here. This is so ridiculous that I'm going to give it a death and a chief token. I don't normally do this, but it's ridiculous that she survived and washed to shore on top of magically regaining consciousness, so I'm charging both. She's then knocked out for an extended period of time. This would cause permanent brain damage because, unlike what every movie has ever shown you, if you are unconscious for more than about 5 seconds due to being knocked out in this sort of fashion, you are very, very, very likely to receive permanent brain damage, loss of function in some sort of capacity, so charging $150,000 here. It's kind of random what would actually happen to her brain, like what areas would be affected. It depends a lot where you get hit, why you get hit, stuff like that. This is about a median number, and I will charge for this whenever a character is knocked out. After being kidnapped, Lara is very lucky that she was strung up right next to some candles so she could escape. She does set herself on fire and is magically not on fire after falling, despite the fact that all the cloth around her was on fire. Ropes are thick and sturdy, much more so than a tank top and a sheet, so she would likely have some serious third-degree burns on her body before these ropes burned off of her. So I'm going to charge her for large skin grafting and third-degree burn spots, about $55,000. Here, I'm going to charge $50,000 for treating stitches, blood loss, and organ damage from where she was stabbed. This is going right through her large intestine, which is a pretty iffy area to get surgery, plus a broken hip from the fall. Lara would most definitely die here, as she would just rapidly bleed out without any immediate medical care. This is insane. I'm also going to charge Lara for smoke inhalation during the cave segments of this game and the burning building segments that have very little ventilation, especially the buildings that are on fire. They get ridiculously on fire, and she's in them for extended periods of time. She would definitely have some issues with her lungs and need to get them cleared out after the events of the game are said and done. So I'm going to charge about $2,000 here. I'm going to charge a middle amount for likely being hit with debris from this big explosion in this tiny room. You can even see it go through her character model when you play it. I reloaded the checkpoint a couple times just to make sure it actually reliably happens, and it does, so I'm charging for it. I'm also going to charge Lara for ingesting TikTok's greatest fear, among other gross things, still water. Yeah, this can house super dangerous bacteria and fungi and parasites and stuff like that. You can get dysentery, tons of other disgusting stuff. I'm charging a middle amount here because you could get a variety of things. You could get the disease from The Last of Us. You could just get a cold. Huge variety of stuff you could get from this. Hard to charge for it since she doesn't actually show any symptoms, but between all the nasty stuff she gets thrown into in this game, the nasty mud, the blood pools, this water that has been touched by another human in God knows how long, that is completely shut off from any flowing water. So I'm just going to charge $3,000 right here for any infectious disease treatment and antibiotics. This cave explosion causes the cave to start collapsing with boulders falling from the ceiling. She is very, very lucky that none of these boulders hit her in the head. Lara's back is probably scratched and scraped to hell, much like Chris in Resident Evil 5. Go watch that video if you like Resident Evil 5. It's a very good video. This would likely need skin grafting and a hospital visit for all the damage and bleeding from the rough, rocky, and sharp terrain, plus any infections from, you know, her back being a hamburger and being completely exposed to anything. Lara slams her Larussi into some sharp, thorny sticks, likely bad cuts and splinters. This happens a lot in the game, but if I charged every time it happened, I would just be inflating the bill, so I'm just going to charge for it once here and move on.
Help you!
Right here, I'm going to charge Lara for broken legs and various bruises. But here, with this campfire scene, Lara should not be able to start this fire with a match found in a muddy, rainy area. In these rainy conditions, she's using wet sticks and wet kindling, even in a covered, dry area. While it's still raining, with the amount of humidity in the air, this fire would not start. I don't understand this. She does not give it enough kindling. She doesn't really give it any dry sticks. She doesn't give it any extra air, especially with it. There's no way. It makes no sense that she would be able to start this fire. It drives me mad. Every time I replay this game, this drives me mad. It's getting a cheap token. Lara is very lucky that there is a pry axe here on this door that cannot be otherwise opened without a pry axe.
Gonna need a tetanus shot after this.
Bear traps would sever or severely mangle her leg or just break her leg, leaving her helpless and unable to walk. She would definitely just die from these wolves.
Let go.
It's good to see you, little bird.
See if you can work the other one.
The handle's missing.
Together.
Oh, shit. It won't take the force.
Lara somehow creates a climbing pick with quality metal materials that would require welding to be sturdy out of a stick and a knife taped together.
Round them up! Round them up! Don't you fucking move!
Here, Lara magically breaks out of her binds. And then immediately after, does kill somebody. Between this, the amount of people she murders, all the experiences she has, being stuck in a pool of blood, seeing lots of her friends and coworkers die, having to survive in the wilderness, I'm charging her $500,000 of therapy for her entire life. This could go up or down a little bit depending on how much she gets therapy, but I'm charging less than I did for Mason for Black Ops 1 when he had to get unbrainwashed, but more than like a typical amount would cost because of what she went through was still like really bad. So I'm charging this amount. This could change a little bit though. With the stormy weather and the type of boots she's wearing, this would basically just be impossible to climb and it would be way too slippery, so I'm charging a chief token. These are not climbing boots. She's bitten in the ankle by a dog and has no ankle protection. The dog's teeth would go right through her jeans. I'm going to charge $15,000 to treat a dog bite.
This damned reality TV business. I'm meant to be bringing culture to the people, Sam, not dinner. No offense, Jonah.
The audience demands content, Dr. Whitman. You know that.
Lara has a massive glass window. It explodes in her face. This is an average amount that I'm going to charge, as this could either be very bad or very not bad, because she could be hit with a couple small pieces of glass. She could get Final Destination right in the face with one large piece of glass. So I'm going to charge about $12,000. This could go very wrong or very not wrong. There is no chance this rifle would work. Parts for it would be hard to come by, as Type 100s were not very common. And this gun, this is a World War II firearm. This thing, at the time this game came out, in 2013, when the game is set, is over 70 years old. Plus, on this volatile and remote island with freaky weather, keeping it in firing condition for so long without replacement parts would be basically impossible, especially with how rare this weapon is, as I mentioned. Even if there's other ones on the island, you'd have to scavenge them, and they would have worn down by now. Even if the firing mechanism for its weapon is very simple, you still need to maintain it for it to work. So I'm charging a chief token for the fact that this or any other old firearm fucking works in this game. It makes no sense.
Now, light her up! Die!
Lara should not have survived this ambush. These guys suck. Rapid temperature changes like this, especially in such a hot and humid area, going into a total blizzard can really weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to sickness and infection. With the at least 2 open wounds Lara has, I'm going to charge a middle amount here, about $6,000 just for treatment of hypothermia and stuff like that. This is not how ziplines work. Even with the slow descent, the speed would likely still break Lara's legs. Any zipline in the game I could charge for this, but I don't want to inflate the bill, so I'm going to charge $60,000 here for damage from all of the ziplines. There are some ziplines where I charge chief tokens over and over for the fact that they exist there, but this is to charge for the fact that ziplines don't work this way.
There it is!
Lara should have died here. It's insane that all these guys can't manage to land a single hit after she's just been strung up before she could draw her pistol. Ridiculous. Charging a death.
Oh my god!
For a child, you've caused me a great deal of trouble, but you're just as naive and predictable. Kill her!
Lara gets a chief token here because she's ordered to be killed and they just knock her out.
I hope this thing still works.
This gun was taken from a World War II Japanese soldier's corpse. Much like the Type 100, it has not been maintained for 70 years. No, Lara, it should not work.
Say that again.
I hate tombs.
Yes, it is.
Guys, I got it. Ready?
Yeah.
Lara would likely just break her back from this and have some head trauma from also smacking her head into it. Here, Lara's back is probably absolutely scratched and scraped and destroyed again, much like I mentioned earlier when I mentioned the RE5 plot armor video. Again, go watch it. Yes, shameless plug, shut up.
To cross.
Hey, no charge. Free medical care for Dr. Lara. Hey, she cheated the system. For now.
Hey, come on, there she is! Cut the line! I'm on it. I got her! Shit.
I've got your cover, girl. You're clear to climb up.
If we don't find her, we'll live in through there. And what the heck? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, what was that? Who's got?
Go now! Stop! Wait, wait. Lara, I think you're clear.
Thanks for the cover.
Lara, look out!
Break this girl's neck! Surrender!
Vladimir, outsider!
Enough! Dmitri, Nikolai, bring her to me.
I'm going to charge $2,000 here for Lara ingesting contaminated blood. God knows what could be in this. She could get super AIDS, she could get the flu, anything. This is about a middle amount that I'm charging. Lara is very lucky that no falling debris or explosions hit her in this section. She received lots of cuts, scrapes, and bruises here. An explosion big enough to move this thing would almost surely kill Lara, so I'm going to charge another death.
Come out of here!
No hiding now. I'm gonna fucking kill you, child.
Destroy the bridges!
But we'll kill our own people.
Any other non-believers?
We're taking fire.
The storms! It's too dangerous!
I'm here, girl. Come on, jump! You can do it! Lara, grab my hand!
Do it!
She'll pull apart!
No!
Fuck! You're crazy! Lara! Come on! Come on! Ah! Come on,
It's them.
Lara should have died here. This guy can't aim. This is ridiculous. Was very lucky that she was able to catch this railing after literally just breaking her back.
Kill my brothers.
And then here, she would likely have a concussion and a bruised spine. Here, Lara would have broken her legs again, hitting the bottom of the water, meaning she couldn't tread water properly in these very fast rapids, and she would likely just drown. So I'm going to actually just charge a death. I just want to note here, subtle foreshadowing. Reyes says she needs a breaker bar and the rest of her kit. Just remember that. Remember that.
Sorry.
Well, it looks like my dance career is over.
What are you doing? You'll kill us!
I'm not gonna make it out of here, Lara.
Take the tools.
Not without you!
How often does a guy like me get to be a hero?
Okay, moving on to the thing that I literally mentioned like 1 minute ago. This is a wrench and a screwdriver. Lara likely had these already to upgrade her stuff. He did all of this for nothing. This has nothing to do with the plot of the video. This is just fucking stupid random filler, and it pisses me off every time I replay this game. Because Dwight from Dead by Daylight did not have to go and do all that for a wrench and a screwdriver. Are you kidding me? Anyways, moving on. There is no way Lara is strong enough to pry the gears off of an industrial elevator, even with her climbing pick as leverage. There's probably 1 or 2 other people in the world who could do this.
These figures. Warriors. They're in Himiko's tomb. They protected her. You committed seppuku. Charging various cuts, scrapes, burns, and bruises here. This would add up to about $1,000. This is an interesting injury because it's
It looks like a way farther fall than it is, but it would still hurt a lot. Initially, I thought this would be a death, but I looked up. It would likely just break her nose, her ribs, and likely have some bruising and internal bleeding in her chest and her breasts since she lands on them and then smacks her face in the ground right after landing on the center of her body. So I'm going to charge about $65,000 here for all that.
Make this jump.
Lara just lands weird right here. She just like lands with her ankle to the side. This would break her ankle. Lara, come on. Really? $13,000.
The Sun Queens.
Before the end here, I'm going to charge for treatment for frostbite, as she is in very cold areas for an extended period of time in a wet tank top at least twice in this game between this part and the weather station. So I'm going to charge $40,000 for this. Insane that she doesn't get any sort of frostbite. Lara gets a chief token because she literally dodges lightning. Yeah, that's where we're at now. Lara should have died after this because this beam that she grabs onto is attached to literally nothing. It's just floating in space.
No!
And for the final chief token, the fact that Lara got down from the ritual area with Sam, despite the way up being completely destroyed, is insane. So we're going to finish this off with the last chief token.
Now that we've gone through her injuries, let's take a look at the totals. Lara ends off the game with a total medical bill of $2,680,560. That is insane and is paired with an even more insane amount of chief tokens, 79, as well as 19 deaths. Combining all this into her plot armor score, she has a final plot armor score of $3,565,560, landing her firmly in the double S rank. The amount of stuff she survived in this game that would just outright kill her instantly is completely ridiculous and nearly double any other character I've covered. She doesn't have as many direct injuries as some other characters that I've covered, which is why her medical bills, while still ridiculous, don't quite knock her up enough to be in the triple S rank. However, one leg up she does have over most other plot armor characters is that one, she lives in the UK, she wouldn't have to pay this at all, and if she did get treated in the US and did have to pay it, she is filthy fucking rich. This is a shopping spree on the weekend for her. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you disliked it, feel free to dislike it, but let me know why down in the comments. Sorry for the shameless re-upload. I just really love this video. I put so much work into this video when it came out, and I was honestly completely heartbroken when it flopped, and I just wanted to give it another try. See if it was just an algorithm thing, bad thumbnail, bad whatever, all that YouTube junk you guys don't have to worry about. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do drop a like. Subscribe if you want to see more plot armor videos. I promise all the other ones have much better mic quality, potentially better editing, and all that good stuff. If this video gets 500 likes, I am super down to do Rise of the Tomb Raider. That game is long, and it will probably have way more injuries and such than this game does. but we will see. If we hit the like goal, I am happy to do that. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, obviously, leaving a like is always appreciated. Commenting your favorite part of the video is even more appreciated. And if you'd like to support more directly, there is the join button down below with channel memberships, including a tier where you can request a video. I do also have a G Fuel code for 30% off. However, right now there is a buy one get one free sale going, where if you type in that code, you will still get the buy one get one free, and I will also get a kickback. So thank you very much if you decide to do that. And then there is merch as well if you would like. Speaking of memberships, shout out to my members. You guys are the freaking best. Shout out to my nefarious residents: The Epic Rager, Once One Up, Parameters, Casual BFG, Malplace, Verlaine Marie, Valdi8F, Jared Mail, David Gonzalez, Lamericans Pro, Rose Meredith, and Marvin Israel, Nico Femboy, Wednesday April, Legalized Grenades, Boomstick, Daniel Adams, Diamond S&T, Fauzi, Michael, Sub Hankar, Equity PST, Rupert Chase, By the Light, Cabana Cop, P2D2, Guest, KH Slayer, Braytech Exoscience, Firebook Tutorial, Bio, Sean Lush, and Hamburn. And a super mega extra special shout out to my malevolent residents of the channel: Aircrom Cromer for 16 months, Tim Just Be Really for 13 months, Rosie Posey for 7 months, Hope Burr for 4 months, Kumagato for 3 months, and Disarray for 1 month. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, stay evil, my residents.
Rainbows